and welcome back to 3SSR TV.
Have you guys been listening to much music recently?
Yes, I have a little bit, but my music tastes are very strange. I'm one of those like hip indie Melbourne kids, so I listen to a lot of local music.
Drink a lot of coffee, write a lot of fixies.
I drink a lot of tea.
He's a tea man.
I got the pinky and everything going. Yep. Drink a lot of tea, and I'm listening to a lot of house music at the moment, but all local, like all Australian made. Like Tony Abbott would be so proud I'm buying Australian made.
But would he approve it? Do you reckon Tony Abbott gets down to that kind of like deep
I
house?
reckon he would.
Yeah?
I reckon he would.
Yeah.
Man, he's got the speedos going. You can tell he's on something.
He's on something.
You know.
Something called patriotism.
That's right.
Exactly right.
That's right.
Okay, now we're going to be cutting over to games with Sean Harron. Going to be talking to you about the Xbox One.
Hey guys, Sean here for gaming for 3SSR TV, and first off we're going to talk a little bit about the Xbox One, in particular backwards compatibility as well as EA access. So initially, backwards compatibility is not something that you'll find in the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 for the current generation. The only console for the generation which does have backwards compatibility is the Wii U, where you can play Wii games in it due to the fact that it's got 2 hard drives and 2 operating systems in the console. Backwards compatibility for the Xbox One will be happening later this year. We're hoping for Christmas time, and it will give you an opportunity to use those Xbox 360 games that you never really got to play. You'll be able to play them on your Xbox One in 1080p, 60 frames a second. So the idea of how it works is that you use your Xbox 360 game as a key. Think of it as sort of like a PC game. The idea is you have the game, put it in the console, and then the Xbox will download from the Xbox Marketplace itself the Xbox One compatible version of the Xbox 360 game. So the idea is then you'll download the game, you'll be able to play it with the disc in, and everything will work. Achievements, leaderboards, everything. So it's really good for those gamers who have an Xbox 360 and never really thought about upgrading until now. Now's the chance to jump on. Some of the titles that will be available are some rare classics such as Cameo Elements of Power, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and Alien Hominid, a couple of other arcade games such as Super Meat Boy. And we've just recently learned Gears of War, when the Enhanced Edition comes out later this year in September, I believe, where you'll be able to play the first Gears of War game in 60 frames a second, 1080p. You'll get 1, 2, 3, and possibly Gears of War Judgment as well, all as digital downloads from the Xbox Marketplace. So it's a really good idea for people who do play their Xbox One that you can now play your Xbox 360 games. And this library will only grow over the next couple of years as producers say yes. Another thing that the Xbox One's been able to do this year is EA Access. EA Access is run by EA, and the idea is you pay a monthly membership fee and you're able to enjoy a number of different games instead of actually paying for the full price. So some of the games are a lot of the sports games like FIFA, Madden, and NFL, but you can also play games like Dragon Age, Inquisition, as well as Titanfall. The idea of this is that if you want to play for 1 month and not play for another month, you can swap and change and use your subscription to how it suits you. It's really a good opportunity for people who love EA games and the sport games to be able to pay for the games. It costs for Australians about $7 a month, so $84 a year. That's almost the price of a full price game. So instead of having to pay and play the game once and not touch it again for another 6 months, you can pay each month as you go along, $7 each, and you'll be able to play a wide array of games. So it's really good that EA Access has come to the Xbox One, and it's something that gamers should really be enthusiastic about. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it'll be heading to the PlayStation 4. However, Sony are doing something different called PlayStation Now, which is a streaming service which was initially used for PlayStation 3 games and will now soon be used for PlayStation 4. Also, PlayStation Plus users, don't be alarmed. You've still got your free games coming every month, so make sure if you are going to purchase a subscription for your PlayStation that you get on that. It's around $60 to $70 for the year, and you get a free library of access to use whenever you want. So anyway, that's it for me this week for games. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Sean, for that wonderful update on the Xbox One and its backwards compatibility feature. Now, I'm a little bit cautious with updates like this coming out of Microsoft, because it's just as true with their operating systems as it is with their Xbox stuff. I'm a don't believe it until you see it guy. So they've announced it. They've said, yeah, we're going to do all this stuff. You can play all your Xbox 360 games. The problem is that the last time they said that was with the Xbox 360. They said, okay, we're going to have backwards compatibility with all your old Xbox games. So you're going to be able to play Halo and insert other Xbox game that anybody cared about here games. And the problem was is that you had to go through this crappy little update. And then there was only this very small list of games, none of which anybody ever cared about, except for like the really huge 3 big hard hitters, and then that was it. So it wasn't true backwards compatibility. And I'm worried that that's what they're going to do this time with the Xbox One. They're just going to say, okay, we're going to pick the most popular 360 games, and we're going to bring those to the Xbox One. I don't want that. I want my full library, because I lost out on Just Cause last time between the Xbox One, the Xbox One, what the original, God, I hate the name. The original Xbox to the 360, I lost out on Just Cause, which I had to buy again on Steam, which sucked.
That makes me
That's money
sad
down
to
the
hear.
drain, right? And I'm hoping that I don't lose any games on the migration, I'll call it, the migration from the 360 to the Xbox One.
I certainly hope not. I reckon, hopefully though, PS4 will... Is PS4 backwards compatible?
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah.
So they've said straight off the bat, no backwards compatibility, because what they really want you to do is buy all your old games again, because they're doing an online service where you can sort of stream/emulate the PlayStation 2 and the 3 and stuff.
Okay.
But then you've got to buy all your old games again. So despite the fact that you've got it on the shelf, you can't put that disc into the PS4 and play it. You've got to pay for it all over again.
That
Yeah,
just
it's a
doesn't
bit of a
seem fair.
rort.
Doesn't
It's a
seem
bit of a
fair.
rort.
All these I just can't begin to imagine that Microsoft won't be doing this and trying to get some money involved somehow. I figure that surely the update will cost a cut, or maybe your library idea will come through, but you have to pay for extra. I don't know. I just don't trust big business.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is get you back on DLC again. It's like, hey, all that DLC that you bought for the Xbox 360 doesn't migrate across. You got to buy it all again.
That'd be about right. See, that sounds more like their kind of gambit. Wouldn't trust them.
Well, there you go. I totally understood everything you guys just said. Well, it's come to the end of the show, you guys. It's been a pretty good one. First one down. Everything still seems to be in place. We haven't broken anything.
No, everything's still up and about.
Set's looking still as wonderful as
We're
ever.
all feeling okay?
We're feeling okay? Yeah, all right, cool. But make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel firstly, because you never know, you might see some behind the scenes goss of our antics. And also follow for more news on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and watch every Friday at 4:30 on Channel 31. And from all of us here at 3SSR TV, good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.